Hi, Jenny here. Today I'm going to make another friendship bracelet. I've made a diagonal stripe bracelet on this channel before, and I will link that video in the description below. But today I thought I would make a chevron stripe bracelet. Now, some of the neat things about friendship bracelets are that you can make multiple ones of them and give them to your friends. You can also make them in many different colors. So today I'm going to make one that matches my shirt. And they also come in many cute designs. So the next one I'm going to make will be a cute pumpkin design because Halloween is coming up. So for now, let's get started. For this bracelet, these are some of the supplies you'll need. We need a scissors to cut the thread, a pin in case we get any knots, a tape measure to measure out our thread, some tape to tape down the bracelet as we go, and then obviously some thread. So I use embroidery floss. It usually comes in the little skein type things. This is how you'll find it at the store. And then I have my own handy dandy little container that I make where I put all the threads on little cards so that I always have the number in case I need to buy more. So you can choose any colors that you would like. The colors I'm going to use for today's bracelet are black, dark blue, a cranberry, and a light pink. The next step is we're going to cut our thread. So I have my tape measure laid out on the floor. I prefer to do it that way, it gives me a lot of room. And I've measured out each strand. So I have them all laid out together. Just makes it easier that way, we'll cut them all at once. And we're going to cut at the 60-inch mark. Half of 60 is 30, so that makes it easy. We're going to pinch together all 4 threads at the 30-inch mark. And then lift them up, put these all together, and then we're going to end up making a knot. You know, you would think with a ring light you'd have less shadows. It doesn't seem to be that way. Alright, we are going to tie a knot in our bracelet. So where we pinched it at that 30-inch mark, then you're just going to make a loop. And bring it around. And put a little bit of a knot in there. Doesn't need to be that big of a loop at the end. It's just going to be for tying it on your wrist. So there you go. Okay, now we are going to tape our bracelet down so it doesn't move. You could also use a clipboard if you want to do that to hold it in place. And then we're going to spread out the strings so that they look the same, like on either side, the opposite. So if we have light pink over here, then we're going to do light pink over on this side. This bracelet consists of forward knots and backward knots. So we're going to start with the leftmost string, and we're going to make what looks like a 4 over the blue string, and then we're going to tuck that under. Pull it through, hold onto that string, pull it up. Make a tight knot. You want to do that twice. And then move on to the next string and we'll go to the middle. Pull it up. Hold on to it, pull it up. Now we're going to leave that one here in the middle, and we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to make backward knots. So it's going to end up looking like a backwards 4 over the blue, tuck it under, pull it through. You can hold on to that string and pull it up. Once in the middle, we're also going to do a backwards knot. And then the string switch sides. Okay, you can see our chevron pattern starting to take place here. So we've got the arrows going down. What I'm going to do is going to put some more tape on there so that we can keep this tightly down against our background, and we can keep making tight knots. Otherwise the knots get kind of loose. So we're just going to keep taping as we go, or moving that tape down. And now we're just going to keep repeating that pattern with our forward knots and backward knots. Alright, let's see how this goes. Looks like I wasn't paying attention and I messed it up. I was supposed to have the pink on top and I was going for the blue here. So that's when you need your pin, because if you're making your knots pretty tight, it'll be kind of hard to undo unless you get your pin in there and just kind of loosen it up. And you should be able to get that knot out. There you go, just like that. And I think I got one more to take out too. Silly me. There we go. once you've got this to be about 5 inches, it's a pretty good size for an adult wrist, then you can tie it off. So what I do is I like to have 2 different strands at the end, and so I kind of just do a little braiding of each one of them and then knot those off. So there's the finished bracelet, and now we can just take a scissors and cut off the extra ends after our knots. And with having the 2 knots there at the end, so when you go to tie it, you put one end through the loop. And then just tie it like you would your shoe. And then there's your bracelet. And depending on how tight you want to tie your knots on this end will depend on how easy it would be if you want to take them off or not, or if you just want to keep them on forever. So there's that one, and there's another one that I made earlier. See if I can do this one-handed. Usually I use my mouth. There you go. Let's see then. I'll do a double knot to make it stay on even more so, but even that can be easy to take off. Alright, there you go. So here are my bracelets, a couple of them that I've made this time. As I said, I've made these before, and you can wear multiple ones on your wrist. You can keep them on there for a long time. You can hopefully take them off depending on how tightly you tie the knots. The only thing I suggest is, if you do wear a watch, don't wear the bracelets next to the watch if you're keeping them on. I've worn mine, I've worn them when showering, and they're wet afterwards, and granted they can dry quickly, but what they've done was made the face of my watch get all full of water. So then my watch battery stopped working and I had to get a new watch. It just wasn't working with the new battery. So yeah, I suggest not wearing a watch along with a wet bracelet. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will leave the instructions for it in the description below. And again, let me know in the comments below if you like to make friendship bracelets, any of your favorite designs, and maybe I'll make one of those. Keep it positive, go make it a great day. Bye-bye!